Kisagotami cradled her lifeless son, her face a canvas of torment and tears. She approached the Buddha with trembling steps. "Please, restore his life. Master," she begged, desperation lacing each word. Her voice broke with grief. The Buddha gazed at her, his eyes steady and compassionate. "Sister, your pain is deep, yet grief blinds your understanding." He paused, then said gently, "I will help you, but first, bring me a mustard seed from an untouched household." "Untouched?" Kisagotami echoed, her voice quivering with uncertainty. "Master, what does untouched mean? What household could meet your condition?" "Untouched by loss," the Buddha explained. "Seek a family where death and suffering have not visited. Bring me their mustard seed." Hope rekindled in Kisagotami's heart. She imagined her son awakening, his laughter filling her ears once more. She set out determinedly. Knocking on the first door, she met a woman whose face mirrored her pain. "I seek a mustard seed. Has your family known loss?" The woman shook her head sorrowfully. "Death claimed my husband last winter. This household, like all others, has endured suffering." Kisagotami's hope faltered but didn't extinguish. She continued her search, her footsteps echoing through the village's lanes. A man answered her next call. "Master of this house, I seek a mustard seed untouched by sorrow. Can you fulfill my request?" "My daughter passed years ago," he confessed. His words struck Kisagotami like a thunderclap, leaving her silent. "This home knows suffering." She tried again, and again, each door revealing shared grief. An unavoidable truth bonding all lives together. Her spirit dimmed. By nightfall, Kisagotami returned to the Buddha empty-handed. Exhaustion etched into her every motion. She knelt before him, trembling. "Master, I have not found one household untouched by loss," she admitted. Her voice tinged with newfound understanding. "Such is life." "Kisagotami," the Buddha said softly, "impermanence is its nature, and loss its companion. Grieve not what must be." The Buddha's voice carried a comforting depth. "Pain arises from clinging." The disciples closed their eyes, breathing slowly, following Buddha's instructions to listen to the rhythm of life unfolding around them. As silence enveloped the grove, Buddha spoke softly. "The breath, constant yet fleeting, reflects impermanence. Observe it without judgment or clinging." She glimpsed the truth the Buddha taught. "Impermanence defines existence," the Buddha continued, his words flowing like a river of wisdom. "Life mirrors the falling petals of a blossom. Why cling?" "Kisagotami?" he asked, his tone urging reflection. "Grasping shadows cannot alter their fleeting nature. Accept this truth." Kisagotami wiped her tears, feeling lighter. Her son remained lifeless, yet her burden began to lift. "Embrace the present," the Buddha advised, not dwelling in regrets nor weaving illusions for tomorrow. "Now is where life unfolds." Kisagotami inhaled deeply, as though filling her soul with the air of understanding. She rose with newfound resilience. "Master, your teaching heals my heart," she whispered. Her voice resonated with gratitude. Weaving with his wisdom, Kisagotami soon devoted herself to learning the Buddha's path. She became a disciple, cherishing each moment as impermanence's lesson. The Buddha smiled, his face serene and timeless. "Suffering ends when understanding begins. This is the path to liberation." Rahula asked quietly, "Master, what is liberation, and how does it manifest within the mind's transformation?" "Liberation," Buddha answered, "is freedom from suffering, where the mind sees truth without distortion, unbound by desire and ignorance. It manifests," Buddha continued, "as peace within the self and compassion radiating outward toward others and all beings." The disciples bowed deeply, their hearts touched by the profound wisdom shared under the Bodhi trees, protective and nurturing. Shade. Another day, another teaching. Buddha's voice lingered within the silence, a timeless echo guiding his disciples toward the awakening of truth. Foolish ascetic, Angulimala murmured, a sinister smile twisting his lips. Your calm will shatter when fear overtakes you. He surged forward, his feet pounding the earth, his heart a drumbeat of malice and unyielding fury. Stop, ascetic, Angulimala shouted, his voice cutting through the forest like the cry of a raven at dusk. The Buddha turned, his movements unhurried, his gaze falling on Angulimala with a tranquility that froze the bandit mid-stride. Angulimala. I have already stopped, the Buddha said, his voice serene, his words as steady as a mountain's foundation. Confusion clouded Angulimala's face. You lie. You walk while commanding me to halt. Explain your riddle, or your blood will answer. The Buddha's calm gaze softened further. I have stopped harming others. Angulimala, have you ceased your path of pain and violence? Angulimala's grip on his blade faltered. The simplicity of the question struck his soul like a thunderclap in a silent sky. You speak. Nonsense, Angulimala growled, though uncertainty tempered his tone. What purpose do your riddles serve? The Buddha replied, purpose lies in liberation, in guiding others from suffering. Your anger shackles you to an endless cycle of torment. Angulimala stood immobilized, as though an invisible force restrained him. The Buddha's words clawed at the crumbling foundation of his beliefs. Do you see the flames within you, Angulimala? The Buddha asked. They burn not others but your own heart and mind. Angulimala's breath quickened. His hand released the blade, which clattered to the ground. He fell to his knees. His resolve shattered. How can this anger, this sorrow, ever be extinguished? Angulimala cried. Tears flowed freely, reflecting the anguish of a life misled. The Buddha stepped closer, his presence as comforting as a cool breeze on a sweltering day. Through understanding, the fire is quelled. Teach me this understanding, Angulimala pleaded. His voice raw, his body trembling under the weight of countless regrets. The Buddha nodded. First, abandon the harm you cause others. Redirect your strength toward healing wounds instead of inflicting them. Serve others, Angulimala. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video. The Buddha extended his hand, lifting Angulimala to his feet. Each moment offers a choice. Embrace this one as a path to freedom. Angulimala gazed at his hands, the instruments of his violence. For the first time, he saw them as tools for change. Will I ever find peace? Angulimala asked, his voice trembling with both hope and lingering despair. Peace begins within, Angulimala, the Buddha answered. Release regret and grasp the present moment. When the storm swirls around you, Buddha said, anchor yourself within your own spirit, unmoved by external forces. He added, this is not about ignoring pain. It's about cultivating strength to remain centered despite it. The disciples leaned closer, recognizing the power in these words and the challenge they posed for the untrained heart. Master, what happens when a storm feels too great, threatening to uproot our peace entirely? Ananda asked earnestly. The Buddha smiled quietly, observing Angulimala's journey. All beings can find liberation, no matter how deep the shadows that once consumed them. Through service and mindfulness, Angulimala discovered the liberation that arises when the weight of regret is replaced by the light of purpose. Another day, another gathering beneath the shade of the ancient Bodhi tree, where disciples sought refuge in the Buddha's teachings. The monks sat cross-legged, their faces reflecting a mixture of reverence, curiosity, and restlessness born of unresolved thoughts. One monk spoke, his voice trembling. Master, despite our efforts, regrets linger in our hearts. They anchor us to the past. The Buddha regarded them with gentle understanding, his eyes calm as a moonlit sea. Regret is a burden created by clinging. Why does regret hold such power over us? Another monk asked, his expression clouded with anguish. The Buddha raised a hand and pointed to a nearby stream. What do you see flowing there? Beneath the sunlight? Water, the monks replied in unison, their curiosity piqued by his question. Indeed, the Buddha affirmed. Despite his refusal, I remained unshaken, protecting my peace without surrendering to his storm. The disciples exchanged glances, recognizing the paradox of offering kindness without expectation, even to those who resist it entirely. It halts the natural flow of your mind. A monk bowed his head. Yet, Master, our actions cannot be undone. How do we live with the echoes of our missteps? The Buddha gestured to the earth, his voice steady. Imagine planting seeds in fertile ground. Each seed carries potential, regardless of the past. Do not allow regret to poison the soil of your mind, he advised. Nurture your thoughts with understanding and compassion. The Buddha concluded his teaching as dusk fell, casting its gentle light across the monastery where wisdom and silence intertwined. The disciples rose, their hearts filled with clarity and determination to embody the mountain amidst life's unpredictable tempests. Regret serves as a teacher, but clinging to it yields no growth. Instead, he continued, acknowledge your mistakes, seek to repair harm and transform your regret into mindful action for the future. The disciples absorbed his words, their breaths steadying as they pondered the path he illuminated before them. Another monk raised his hand. But, Master, the weight of regret feels insurmountable. How can we unburden ourselves? The Buddha smiled softly, his expression imbued with profound compassion. Imagine you carry a heavy sack on a long journey. Inside this sack, he explained, are the regrets and sorrows you refuse to relinquish. Each step becomes harder, more painful. Set it down, the Buddha urged. Leave the burden beside the path. Without it, your journey continues with lightness. The monks nodded slowly, the metaphor resonating within their hearts, planting seeds of understanding in their fertile minds. Regret blinds us to the present moment, the Buddha said. Only by releasing it can we embrace the truth of now. His voice became softer, yet more penetrating. Each breath is an opportunity to begin anew, unshackled by the chains of regret. A quiet monk, his eyes filled with unshed tears, finally spoke, Master, I have carried regret for years. Will it ever fade? The Buddha regarded him with infinite kindness. Regret does not fade of its own accord. It dissolves through wisdom and effort. Turn your regret into a beacon, guiding you towards skillful and mindful actions, he advised. Let it be your teacher. The monk bowed deeply, his tears falling like rain upon parched earth. Your words bring clarity to my weary soul. The Buddha inclined his head. The lotus blooms not in pristine waters, but from the depths of mud. So, too, do we. He gestured toward a blooming lotus nearby, its white petals glistening with morning dew, untouched by the muddy water below. Rise above the mud of regret, he continued. Let its lessons nourish your growth. Become a being of clarity and peace. The monks closed their eyes, meditating on his teachings, their breaths synchronizing with the rhythm of the natural world. As the sun set, its golden rays illuminating the horizon, the Buddha's voice lingered in the air like a soothing balm. Regret is not your enemy, he said, his tone imbued with reassurance. It is a signpost, not a dwelling place. Live in the present moment, he concluded. It is here that the seeds of liberation are sown and the fruits harvested. The monks opened their eyes, their hearts lighter, their spirits uplifted by the Buddha's timeless advice on letting go of regret. Through his words, they glimpsed the path toward freedom, a journey illuminated by understanding, compassion, and the light of wisdom. Master, we are troubled by loss and despair. How can we find light amidst the darkness? Loss is life's shadow, the Buddha said. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.